Hello everyone, Mondevu here, and today I'm playing Meadow. This will not be a normal series. And in case you're wondering, I'm a frog. Like weird. The frogs look weird, but the whole game kind of looks weird. And I'll explain some of that in a bit. But in case you were wondering, no, this isn't going to become a regular series. I just wanted something kind of easy to play while I update you guys on some stuff. And yeah, I know my Green Hell videos haven't been updated recently. Neither has the Long Dark, but don't worry, they're coming. I just have needed time to recover from the most recent attempt at a job. So I'll get into that first, and then I'll talk a little about this game because it's not a bad game. That's the wrong button. It's been a while since I played. It's not a bad game. I should go back to the tree. That's what I should do. I should go back to the tree because everybody's there, and that means that I'll be able to actually find obelisks. Hang on. Hello, peoples! Okay, so this is kind of how... I guess I'll talk about the game first, just to get some initial questions out of the way for anyone who doesn't know. This is a game that is a little bit of a social experiment because there's no chat. Like, you communicate with these emotes. Hello. And you can see everyone kind of has this one, like that bear cub is going to change animals. That's what this one means. These guys are saying, okay. He's saying to wait. So, like, you kind of get the gist of what's going on. But everyone here is eager to get going. We want to find obelisks. We're going to wait for whoever that bear cub was to change into a different animal, because there's several different animals. And when I get the chance, I'll go over the character selector. I just wanted to hop in and get to it. No pun intended, because I'm playing a frog and I can jump pretty high. That was not an intended pun. Yeah, normally I'm very aware of my puns. That one actually just kind of slipped out. But yeah, it is a game that is based off of the Shelter series of video games. Oh, I forgot I could zoom it. Dang! I forgot I could zoom out this far. Holy crap! I'm not gonna be able to see the frog. I need to zoom in just a little. Wait. There are ways to see who you're with in the game. Like there's the button you can press to bring up name tags. I think it's C for me. Yeah. So and that kind of comes in handy when you're trying to find a specific person. Until you get a group like this, and then you're like, oh geez, who is who? Although the jumping does actually kind of help. So yeah, I think the deer. Well, the deer. It's supposed to be a goat. I think a lot of us actually call it a deer, even though it is in fact a goat, because I mean it just kind of looks more like a deer than a goat. I guess it looks a little bit more like a goat right now because they took the antlers off, or the horns, I guess. But you get the point. Anyway, so it's a game that is a little bit of a social experiment because it's meant to be like passive. You know, it's meant to be a very friendly game, a very friendly experience. Very social, so like it's extremely difficult to troll on this game. Like the most that you can do as a troll is to pick a fast creature and open the obelisks before a bunch of other people get there. But most of the time, they're still going to get there anyway. So like it's virtually impossible to troll this game, which is one of the things I really like about it. Plus, it's just kind of fun to explore. It's unique to look at. It's very different. And the reason it's dark is because it is dark where I am. It kind of operates in real time. Like there's nothing that's going to attack you. You can't attack anyone else. There's food you can collect, but all you do is earn points from it. And overall, it's just a very passive game. It's a very passive game. It's explore with your friends, have fun, be animals, and unlock new skins. People do try to roleplay on here. I'm the kind of person that likes in-depth roleplaying, so I don't understand how you could possibly do that with just this little handful of emotes, which you have to unlock for every creature, individually, by the way. And these little fires and cherry puffs are things that the devs have put in. And some of these you only get from owning the rest of the content that Might and Delight, who made the game, has put out. I've got some of it, like I can do the fire because I have Shelter 2. I can do the flower because I have one of the comics that they make for Meadow. They do make Meadow comics. Sorry, dude. I was just kind of following the crowd. I'm recording here, and I can't tell you that. So, like, there's literally no way I can tell anyone that I'm recording, so. But anyway. We must have left a bunch of people behind. Yeah, we left a bunch of people behind. the Lynx is annoyed. He's like, wait, everybody, wait! But yeah, it's a very passive game. It's fun. It's a good time waster. If you want to just do something and relax, this is a really good game to do that with. Because you get to kind of explore this unique map with these weird textures. On the one hand, I both like and dislike the textures. I like them because they're different. I don't like them because they're kind of chaotic and all over the place. So I have kind of a like-dislike relationship with the... Okay then. Okay then. How? How? That does not happen. Okay, this guy's either lagging real hard or glitching real bad. I'm confused. Oh, okay, and you collect these things too. You collect obelisks, which give you things like these. And you collect, I guess we call them crystals, except that we can't really call them crystals anymore. I'm going to say shards. I can't get up the wall. Yeah, you can climb the walls in weird ways in this game. I think I've got almost all the... emotes for the... Oh, no, I don't. I still have... oh, no, yeah, I've got all the emotes for the frog. I just need more skins. The skins are what I'm working on. So you can kind of see in the menu there that you can get... the pink shards give you emotes. The blue shards give you skins. And the gold shards will help you unlock other animals, with the exception of a few that are required specifically for... How even is this person doing this? But anyway, you can unlock a fair number of animals, but other animals are only you can only get with other Might and Delight products. Which, on the one hand, you know, you sit there and you think, oh, geez, I have to buy all this stuff if I want it. This is like microtransactions. Not really. It's more like appropriate but minor DLC. So, oh, hold up, I'm getting random pop-ups over here. I don't care. I don't care. There we go. Aw. Bye. You can do 2 emotes at once. Yeah, this person, the pheasant, has to leave. This is, again, one of those games where you make noise as said animal, and people will just spam calls all the dadgum time. I always try to keep my calls relevant. Like, if I'm trying to get your attention, I'll make a noise. But a lot of other people like to just make noise, which, on the one hand, okay, sure, some of these noises are fun and cute, and the goat has this really creepy hiss it can do. Not sure why a goat's hissing, but okay. I'm not sure how this is happening either, but okay. And off it goes. That's got to be the weirdest glitch I think I've ever seen in this game. And I've seen some odd glitches in this game. Are we going? What's going on? Yeah, I guess we're going. I'm going to follow everybody else. Train of thought is completely gone. But yeah. You know, it's just meant to be a relaxing game, and I wanted to do this while I kind of talk about stuff. Just to give you guys an update. Also, if you are interested in these shelter games, I recommend them. They're really good. They do all have this visual aesthetic that you see right here with the odd kind of like child's book like textures. They all look like this. So like the models of the lynx that you see, that's the lynx and the lynx kittens. Those are in Shelter 2. The bear cub, that's in Paws. The badger and the baby badgers, that's from the first shelter. All the other animals like the frogs and the pheasants. Pheasants are in Shelter 2, and so are foxes. But I think the model is a little different between that and the first shelter, at least for the foxes. This poor bear is like, I can't climb. There is a way to auto-run. I just forgot what it was. Hello. Oh. Someone found something over here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Obelisk. Obelisk. I can see it in the distance there. Anyway, so the Shelter series is a series of games that basically kind of honors mothers and motherhood, and you know what you know mothers have to do for their children, and they do it a lot in nature, especially. Ah, we need a rabbit. Do we have a rabbit? We don't have a rabbit. We don't have a rabbit. Where's the sad face? Oh well. Where did... Oh, they're going this way. We don't have a rabbit, buddy. We can't do it. So in the first one, you are a mother badger and you have like 5 babies. And you have to get them through a series of linear levels. Ooh, we don't have a hedgehog. We don't have a hedgehog. Do not have a hedgehog. That's what these symbols are. Is I know that it looks like a turtle. It's a hedgehog. It's weird. And then the other one is a pheasant. Let's burn the obelisk. Oh. Are we gonna stop for food? Do we have to? I guess everybody wants to stop for the food. I want to keep getting obelisks because I want the rest of my frog skins. I've unlocked a lot of the skins in this game. But yeah, you take your baby badgers through a series of very linear levels. But you have to manage like their hunger and look out for predators and make sure you don't leave any of them behind. And it's done without a UI essentially. Like the user interface you're seeing here, none of this is in Shelters 1 or 2. The most you'll get is whenever you sniff in either game, this screen comes up, and only certain things will highlight. And in Shelter 2, you'll get like a map, but good luck orienting yourself because it just kind of. I've struggled with that. And okay, Okay, wolf. By the way, the wolves do not look like that. The wolves are in Shelter 2. They don't look like this old man lumbering wolf. They look better than that, in my opinion. But anyway, you take your babies through linear levels, and you have to manage their hunger and whatnot, and make sure they don't die. Your goal is just to reach the end of this area, and you have to save them. You have to keep them safe from birds. And I don't remember if there are I remember there being foxes, but I don't remember them being a threat to your babies. I do remember them being very difficult to catch though, because apparently badgers eat foxes, or at least they do in the first shelter. But that's worth a lot of food. And that's the thing, is you have to get your food from trees and whatnot, because you're feeding them fruit and whatnot. And so you have to knock them down, but you can only get 1 fruit per baby. So you have 5 babies to maintain that on. Alright, if you guys aren't going to do anything... where is everybody else? I'm going this way. I'm going to go with the other group. Bye, guys. I'm out. Anyway. So... you have, 5 babies to maintain, so finding those large bits of food to feed all of them at once can be... you guys, there's an obelisk over here. We need a hedgehog. Can't use that. That's the one we came from. Okay, where are the others? Oh, I used the wrong button. They're way over that way. Way up that way. Okay, so I'll just go around this way then. Anyway. So yeah, it becomes a very much a maintenance game. But in a fun way. It can be frustrating. But it's rewarding when you get to the end. It's like, oh yeah, you saved all the babies, or however many babies, because you can lose them. Like when you lose one, you don't get it back. There's no redo button for any of that. Okay, that's... I don't think there's a cave behind that waterfall. No, there's not a cave behind that waterfall. But I'm a good swimmer because I am the frog. I am the fastest swimmer. Oh, cool! I found a shard. So there are... there are threats to your babies, and you can't get them back once you lose them unless you just completely reload. But if you completely reload, you have to reload the whole level. There's no mid-game save points. You have to complete that level if you want to complete that level. And so, in that sense, it's a very short game, but it is an enjoyable one. I had a lot of fun with Shelter. There is also a mini game that you can do where you have to just, hey guys. Are you guys actually going to do anything now? Is this... I don't know if this is the same group or not. No, this is the same group. I think I just went in a circle. Oh, well, that's okay. Are you really just going to sit here? Alright. Well, once again, I'm off. Yeah, it becomes a... it's very rewarding. And there is this weird little mini game where you can... like you feed your badger babies once a day, but it's weird because it always seems broken to me because the food always runs out after the first day, and you can only go so far from the den because your babies are newborns, and you're supposed to be able to keep them alive for X number of days. So it just seems very broken to me. So I've never really enjoyed that one, but the rest of the game is good. And Shelter 2 I really enjoyed because you're a lynx, and I am the crazy cat lady in training. So I love my cats. So you got to be a mother lynx, and you had 4 cubs to raise. And in that one, you could lose your babies to foxes. And yeah, I did go to a big store. Okay, I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to go in order to get to this other group. They're like around that way somewhere. Okay, anyway. Are they following me? No, they're not following me. Anyway, so you have to, prevent foxes from stealing your babies because they will. You have to fight off birds of prey, which you actually do get the chance to do that. But it can be difficult. Like if you're not close enough, that bird of prey's got your baby. And once again, you lose your baby, it's gone. Unless you want to reload. Now, Shelter 2 is a little more forgiving on the reload. However, it's still, not like, oh, I'm just going to restart forever, because you're still going to lose progress. So you still got to keep your babies alive. And this one, you have to hunt your food because you're, a strict carnivore. And so you have to hunt like rabbits and stuff, which is where we get the rabbit models for Meadow. And you have to hunt them, and like one rabbit will feed 2 cubs. But if you manage to catch like a pheasant, or if you manage to catch the fox, that will feed all 4 of your cubs. And there are some little things like frogs, which I'm just now remembering. That's in Shelter 2. There are frogs which will feed 1 cub. So you gotta really maintain it. And then there's this like creepy fog that will roll in. And it's weird because they have a comic called The Lonesome Fog, and if you buy their comic, you get a little like fog emote in the game, and like it tells the story of the fog, for lack of a better term. And on the one hand, it's like, oh, okay, so that's why you can't find anything when that fog rolls in. That's why nothing is there. It's because it's lonesome. There's nothing there. Like, all prey will scatter when this thing rolls in. And it's got this weird, creepy music. Your vision is limited. And if your cubs get lost in it, something gets them. Like, something kills them. You can't stop that. So it's always best to avoid that fog when you can and hope that you have recently fed your babies. But it is a good game, and you get to keep your cubs as they're like kind of young adults. So like you get to see them actually, leave the nest, for lack of a better term, and whatnot. In Shelter 2, if you get them to the end. Now on either Shelter game, I have not yet seen what happens if you don't get any babies to the end. I'm just like, but the babies and they're cute, and the animals, and so I'm gonna have to experiment with that one day just to kind of see what happens. Especially with the first one, because the second one I kind of have a loose idea of what might happen. Not so sure with the first one because I've never done it. I've either made it to the end with 4 or with all 5. So yeah, but anyway, that's kind of how the Shelter games work. They're currently working on a 3rd one where you're going to be an elephant, and that really is going to break the mold. For the Shelter games, because in the first 2 it was always, you're the single mom character. The mother badger has to do all this on her own. The mother lynx has to do all this on her own. So the elephants travel in herds, and that's going to be a really interesting kind of game changer to have these kinds of things to maintain while you travel with your herd. So I'm really kind of looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't yet know when it's coming out, but I am excited for it. It is like at the top of my wish list on Steam. So it's like, yeah, I want this one because I enjoyed the first 2 a lot, especially the second one. And the second one actually allows you to explore the maps, whereas with the first one, your maps are really linear, so there's not much in the way of exploration that can really be done. But I did still enjoy exploring what little I could, and when I could just completely explore in Shelter 2, I was like, okay, let's do this. So what I did was I played the first round. It was mostly just, find food, feed babies, move to new places that have better hunting grounds, be aware of wolves, etc. But, there comes a point, spoiler alert, there comes a point where your cubs grow up and they leave the nest. Not really sure how much of a spoiler that is, but, hey. And you have this, little period of time when you're wandering around just as the mama lynx on your own. And that's a great time to explore the map, because you don't have to worry about cub maintenance. You don't have to worry about feeding yourself. You only have to worry about feeding your cubs. Although the benefit of feeding yourself is you restore stamina. Like, on this game, I have no stamina meter. You can run forever. You can even auto-run. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm still over here holding shift like an idiot. But you can run forever. Whereas in Shelter 2, you have a stamina bar, and it's been so long since I played Shelter 1, I don't remember if you have one there or not. But you definitely have one in Shelter 2. Where is that other group? It's like they're all up this way. It looks like there's just 2 on their own over there. And then that must be the original group. Okay, well, maybe they finally freaking moved. I doubt it, but they seem to be content to just hover at the food, and I was just like, okay, let's go. I don't want to just sit here. So yes, I do recommend the Shelter games. Meadow especially is quite relaxing, and it's an extremely cheap game. Like, for as many people as you can play with online and as many different servers they have, and keep in mind, it's not like tons of servers, but there's, so many quote-unquote groves you can go to per server. For example, I'm on the US East server right now, and let's see, am I going the right? They are over that way. Okay, that's actually a good place to find obelisks, so I'll start heading that way. I'm on the US East server, and there's so many groves, which I guess are kind of sub-servers, to help limit, lag with population, or at least I assume that's why that's a thing. So there's plenty of space. Whee! Every animal has a faceplate animation. The frog just kind of looks like, okay. But yeah, so there's a decent amount of servers you can get into. You're gonna have a hard time opening obelisks single player. So if you're the only person on the server, you're I don't think there's a single obelisk that will open for you. You need at least 2 people. And those are just the little ones that are not species specific. We haven't seen any of the little obelisks yet. We've only seen the big ones. But anyway, it's a good multiplayer game. It's relaxing. It's cheap. It's troll free because it's literally impossible to troll. And it's like $3. I honestly think that's a really good deal. Now, granted, again, if you want all the animals, because there's an eagle too, if you want all the animals and all the extra little animated emotes like this thing, which is seasonal, and that thing. Oh, I guess I didn't use that one yet. I just got an achievement for that. There's this thing, and which I can't tell. I can't even see. Oh, it's the butterfly thing. Yeah, I got the butterfly thing from a comic, and this one from a comic. And this one I got specifically from Shelter 2, Shelter 2's Mountain DLC. Because the Mountain DLC for Shelter 2 added a different map. And one of the natural disasters that can happen there is a fire. And I think it only happens in the mountains. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it only happens in the mountains. And that's also where you get bears, like the big ones. We don't have any big ones in Meadow. We don't have any geese either. Which those are 2 things. Here, see, this is what I mean by the little obelisk. You see these 2 little dots? What you do is you run up to the obelisk, and you make noise at it, and then it hatches. But it's not going to do it for me because I'm on my own over here. The group has migrated back to the tree. Alright, I guess I'll go back to the tree too. So back to tree. But again, if you want everything, you have to get all of Might and Delight's additional little products. Now, on the one hand, that can get pricey in the long run because small amounts of money do add up. But also, Shelters 1 and 2 are going to be more expensive than, the comics, which are maybe $2, $3, which is the price of Meadow. So, on the one hand, yeah, $3 might be a lot to pay for a fancy little animated emote. On the other hand, other places charge more, or they have specific microtransactions. There's no microtransactions here. It's just they're taking the idea of a microtransaction and applying it in a way that I honestly think is a lot better, because it encourages people to not only read the comic, that they produce, which, you know, I would imagine helps get artists more work. But it also, you know, kind of promotes Meadow, which is a good game, and it, you know, gets you curious about their other stuff too. I'm running off and not even knowing where I'm going. Oh, the group is. I guess this is what happens. I'm over here talking and not. But anyway, so like I really like the way they handle it. It's a little annoying because on the one hand I think it would be cool to be the eagle, but on the other hand, I don't really care that much because I've got all the other animals I want. You know, I've pretty much got every animal except for the eagle. And I think for the eagle you have to have absolutely all their products. Like every comic, every soundtrack, every DLC, which there's only one that I'm aware of. So on the one hand, it's a decent amount to collect because there's like more comics than there are, you know, DLC and stuff. But on the other hand, it's also not, you know, really all that bad because, you know, it's not a true microtransaction. You're supporting Might and Delight directly. You're not just, you know, you're not just doing all the shady stuff that you're not doing the gambling crap that you would be doing for, you know, for typical microtransactions. Now, on the one hand, I don't have any problem with typical microtransactions as long as they're not like game breaking or game changing. Like if it's a cosmetic, yeah, sure, I'll throw down a couple dollars for something that I really like. It's cool. I enjoy it. You know, bravo. But like the stuff where it's like, oh, you get this powerful weapon or this game changing thing, that's where I draw the line. So yeah, weird little mini rant there. And most of this video has actually just been me talking about, you know, Meadow and Shelter and Might and Delight, which, I mean, hey, I enjoy what they do, so more please. But yeah, I do still want to update you guys. I wanted to get all the talking about the game out of the way because I knew it was going to take up a good bit. I knew I was going to get distracted. There's everybody. Are you guys still just hovering over here by the food? Oh my word. Why? I can see everyone over there now. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. I will rejoin this group up here and see you guys in the next one so that I can talk about stuff and update you guys on what's going on. Oh, okay. Lynx is leaving.